Oh, neither have I. This is all.
Welcome to the show. I just found out that none of us prepared anything, so it's going to be interesting. Do we have any viewers yet? I don't know how to look at that.
Wow, a lot of trades in 32.
Hello in the chat. All right. Oh God, I have it open in a dirty screen. Okay, there we go. Hear my own voice. God, it's awful. All right. Anything to talk about from this week of football aside from the leagues?
The Cowboys suck.
Oh.
No, I got nothing else.
All right. Jalen Waddle popped off. That's pretty cool.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
The buy low window has closed.
Yeah, James Cook popped off. That was pretty cool.
We went nuts. Didn't he have like 250 yards?
Something insane. He had 32 points in regular PPR.
That's insane.
The last 2 weeks he went because he had more points against the Chiefs last week than he had this week.
That has finally started paying off for me. Awesome. There are 0 people watching, so we're good. No one's gonna see this ever.
Thank goodness.
All right.
This is a slow start here.
I'll just crack into it then, since it's the skeleton crew. It's the people that hold this podcast together.
What?
All the fat's been cut away.
Where's Jay with like a terrible trade offer for wide receiver that
exactly.
is fair?
or the weird questions like, "Hey, have you ever smelled someone else's feet?"
Real talk. Tell me.
No, but seriously. All right. Where do we want to start? Zach, you want to start off with NFL?
Yeah.
So you did all this research. So who are the remaining favorites for the Super Bowl?
The 2 number 1 seeds.
Oh yeah, easy answer.
Yeah.
Let's do trades first.
I don't know if there were any trades really.
Typical dead league. God.
So much one trade.
Wow.
Second for likely.
I don't care.
Yeah, my quick reaction is I would take a second.
So I'm pretty sure he started.
Oh, this is Giants are a playoff team, huh?
Yeah, he started likely.
Okay, never mind. I take it back. That's fine.
He could have started his bench and he would have almost won.
Yeah, that's not my favorite semifinal playoff score. 69 points.
That's not a semi, but it's a divisional round. But I mean,
wow. How did the Bears get into the playoffs?
His team just shit itself this week.
Pacheco?
No,
Pacheco's hurt.
That's it. Gus and Kareem Hunt have been producing all year.
Mixon had a good middle of the season. I don't know. It's probably Lamar and Mixon.
Lamar.
And Gus Edwards been doing all right.
So his division was weak, I think. No, it wasn't terrible. See, he had 1280 PF.
Oh, that's pretty
which
low.
Which was the worst division winner PF in the NFC.
Oh, this was
his division was weak.
Not quite as weak as some of the ones we see, but definitely the weakest in this conference.
No, well, and then we have.
Wow.
Yeah. So. Wes continued to steamroll. 146 points to.
Didn't even have Tyreek in his lineup this week.
I know, it's scary. It's so scary.
Here's Purdy, Ayuk, and McCaffrey.
I mean, Purdy and McCaffrey alone would have
half his points.
Would have beat.
Yeah.
Everyone else could have zeroed out.
0.004.
And almost would have beat Brandon's best lineup. Short like a 1.5 or something like that.
Crazy.
Brandon, don't feel too bad.
Yeah, this one wasn't winnable.
No.
Should have traded your first away.
And then we had Ash beating up on Casey Jones.
110 to, and he could have won. Ty, Devin, Joe. I mean, you're not starting Joe Flacco.
You don't start. You're not starting Flacco over Allen. You're not.
I might have started Ty over Saquon. And that's just as somebody who's had Saquon all year long.
Saquon's been kind of a bum all year, but that offense is kind of questionable.
I've never been like thrilled about having him in my lineup. It's kind of like, well, maybe he'll pop off.
Maybe this is the day that he comes back.
Yeah.
Well, they have no offensive line.
That's the worst.
Terrible team.
Tommy Cutlets. That's the worst when you could have won and you don't.
But that's tough. That's not like, I should have started AJ Brown instead of Jamar Chase. That's I should have started this guy who hasn't performed all year.
Can you imagine being in that position where you have to choose between AJ Brown and Jamar Chase because the rest of your team is such a lock?
Yeah.
How wild would that be?
Yeah.
That would be stupid.
Well, no, the situation
because you shouldn't have if one of those guys is your flex, you should be trading one of them.
So in a different league, not in the NDLs, I have Jamar Chase, CeeDee Lamb, and AJ Brown as my top 3 wide receivers.
Yeah,
so I actually benched Jamar Chase a couple times this year because either situation or injury or just
weren't feeling it.
Yeah.
So the 1 and 2 seed on the NFC side.
So it's Ash versus Wes this next week.
Ash versus Wes, NFC title game.
Nice.
Big time.
Congrats to both of you.
I barely squeaked out a win versus
My bad.
Jason. Hey, Adrian.
Hey, been sitting out there for like 5 minutes.
I don't pay attention to the bottom bar. My bad.
Best lineups together, I still would have squeaked out a win. That was a really close one that I was super nervous on that last drive that Devontae Smith was going to get the game-winning touchdown, or they were going to kick a field goal and go into overtime and give Devontae Smith more receptions.
So he just had Devontae Smith going. That was it.
Yep. It was like 107 to 97 or something like that when the night started.
Guess you should have started Gardner Minshew over Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah. Should have started Chuba Hubbard over Austin Eckler.
Where's his best lineup? Is it
Austin Eckler?
His best lineup is 114.
Where's the Jerick McKinnon, I guess, over Smitty.
And Durham Smythe. Yeah, no one's ever gonna do that.
No. Justin Watson at 3 points would have been 3.6 points would have been in my lineup over Drake
London.
Yeah. That's disgusting.
What a
and then we have Todd, the 2 seed, beating Carmen, the 4 seed, I think.
Did he even have a full lineup? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
7. Yeah.
It looks. It does when you glance at it. It does look like it's not a full lineup. So we got Todd winning against Carmen. So again, AFC 1 and 2 seeds advance. Hopefully the 1 seeds continue on the AFC side at least.
Saw what you did there.
Yeah. I got to face Njoku again for the 3rd week in a row.
Yeah, but they play Houston, so.
He also lost Pittman and Keaton Mitchell.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton, who did that last week.
I mean, he still has a pretty solid team.
Yeah, we'll see.
So
not quite as lopsided as before.
Well, it's not like Eckler, Diggs, and London and Kelsey are producing for me.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's
Eckler is just what's up.
they're not using him properly.
Yeah.
Is it Isaiah Spiller season?
I feel like they're wanting to see what they have in Spiller.
Joshua Kelly.
Oh, they don't have anything in Kelly.
Do I hear Zach Evans?
It's
I don't
disgusting.
think
Whatever
they
it
have a
is,
whole
it's
lot.
disgusting.
I don't think they have a lot in Spiller either, to be honest.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's kind of strikes me as something like a Singletary kind of guy.
So a quick little glance at the toilet bowl. Cowboys, John C. versus Renee. We got Ryan versus Nick in the NFC. Got Jim Leahy, who was the worst team in the league, 0-17, somehow beat a bubble team. We should go look at that game real fast. He's going to be playing John. Then we got Jason K versus Troy.
Oh, he's got Rashid Rice and I think Reed. Jim does. That's what helped him.
Rookies hitting late in the season.
Just in time for the toilet bowl.
Oh
I mean,
man.
he had.
Aiden O'Connell.
Oh, so he didn't submit a lineup.
Oh,
We don't have Pacheco in there.
He's so bitter about missing playoffs.
Some people, like, there was a couple of years ago in 32, first year I missed the playoffs. I didn't even set a lineup, and I was in the toilet bowl title game.
Does he? No, he would never start. He would still lose, though, because he would never start Michael Mayer over Brandon Ayuk.
Potential points, 97. He still would have lost if they both had their best lineup then.
Yeah, because he would have put in a different, probably Michael Carter, but that wouldn't have won the week.
Yeah, exactly. He was chalked either way.
Which is pretty crazy. It wasn't chalk. But anyway.
Wow. KJ Osborne winning playoff games.
Let's go to 32.
We got 4 trades, actually. If you want to pull that up.
Yeah, I forgot to.
There's quite a few.
Oh, wait. Do you want to take a break and have a 30-minute argument just about whatever?
Let's table that for later.
Okay. All
right. Cole traded with Braxton. Cole gave up Christian McCaffrey and Stephon Diggs and 2 fourth-round picks for JT, Deontay Johnson, Trey Palmer, and Calvin Ridley. And then Braxton lost his matchup.
Did he really?
Damn.
Yeah, he did.
Well, he made 2 trades here.
He made 2 trades for basically getting Christian McCaffrey, Devontae Adams, George Kittle, Diggs, and he lost his matchup. He's got a lot of assets. He's got Christian McCaffrey, which is
I was gonna say I'm
very good.
Kind of feel like you could have gotten more. I feel like Christian McCaffrey almost could have fetched that entire side on his own.
Yeah,
not quite, but kind of close.
Yeah, I would not. If I saw that, I'd be like, wow, that's somebody paid a hair much, but they've got the best.
Yeah,
I wonder if they've got low contract years.
McCaffrey.
We'll look at that in a second. Let's go to the next trade.
So then it was Adams, Curtis Samuel, and George Kittle for Keenan Allen, Darren Waller. I personally love getting rid of Darren Waller, so
and Keenan Allen.
I think that's winning just by getting rid of those.
He got like a $70 Devontae Adams on his last year.
Yeah,
that does kind of suck. But all in all, Braxton, even though you lost your matchup, I feel like you won both of these trades.
Oh, 100%.
You have Christian McCaffrey, so that's great. And then Ash and Zach made a bang trade where Zach gave up Purdy and Kelsey for Andrews and Burrow and the first, which is great. That's awesome. Purdy's $1, so now Zach doesn't have to worry about that holdout.
I wasn't worried about that holdout.
Well, you don't have to worry about it anymore. Even if you weren't worried about it.
Yeah.
You got Burrow, which is great, and Andrews. I love this. I think it's a great trade for everybody. Ash did win, So he fared a little better. And then Ash gave up Eckler for Robinson, and then Robinson didn't play.
Well, that was
Whatever.
just
Eckler was basically a 0.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was all about the cap because he miscalculated the cap on our
Oh.
trade because both Andrews and Burrow were
When
on IR.
IR.
So it's kind of funky.
It's so weird. MFL doesn't. You have to do it by hand if you're doing an IR player. You have to figure it out, and it's
And if
so
you
annoying.
typo something, like I'm guessing that's what Ash did because he ended up being 13 over the cap when I accepted the trade. So he quickly found a buyer for Eckler.
Which, honestly, I think I'd rather have Brian Robinson right now.
I agree. Especially, I mean, even not considering cap, I think it's pretty close.
So some moves made just before game time. One winner, one loser.
Yeah. Diggs and Adams are both on 1-year contracts.
So they're going to RFA or
no. Diggs is going to get franchised.
Probably, yeah. I doubt. Yeah, probably. Adams won't.
No,
Adams.
We only have one tag, anyways.
You only have one tag, but
he's going to be hurting on a salary, I think.
Oh, completely. Question: I'm really curious what he's going to do. If he's going to put Adams as his no comp, so that'll go 50%. He'll be a 36 starting bid. Does he get back up to 71?
No.
But
you say no, but
you'd be surprised. Yeah,
he'll get up over 50 for sure.
I would not be shocked if he goes for 71.
Really?
Yeah. If there's somebody that has cap, they're going to bid it up.
Stupid. I think it's a stupid play, but whatever.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
I think I value salary cap more than most.
I agree with Kyle on that being like.
Yeah, but if you have it, I mean, if you're at 120,
it's not about if you have it in the moment. The $71 makes it harder to make other moves that are more important later down the stretch.
That's what
happens though.
Yeah, it does happen, but I would agree with Kyle that
I don't argue that it happens. I mean, we've seen it plenty of times, but I don't think it's a great idea, even for someone who's got the space.
And I'm not sure he tags Diggs. I'm gonna guess he puts a first and second tender on him.
And then just takes the hit on Adams and then makes room for the expensive Diggs if he gets it back.
So Diggs would be 61.
Gets him back 61, or he gets a first and a second, which is almost as good.
Yeah, so 61, that'd be the starting bid. If someone's going to go 61 on Diggs, I'm sure they're going to go 61 on Adams because you don't have to give up a pick.
Yeah.
When you put your tenders out, and I'm sure this will come up a bunch, you can say, or can you say, I want your earliest 24 pick?
It's always the earliest. So I was thinking about something the other day. And so I'm going to have to update the rules, so to speak. When you bid on a player that has comp on it, that locks your picks in until you no longer are the winning bidder.
Oh, like you can't trade those picks?
Correct. Because let's just say, for instance, I've got the 101 and I want to bid on Stephon Diggs, but I don't want to give up my 101 for Stephon Diggs.
So you trade that away.
So I'm pretty sure I'm going to win. So right before I win, I trade my 101 to somebody for a lesser pick. I just see that as something that
a little bit of a loophole.
Yeah, it's a loophole that needs to be closed up.
I like that.
But yeah, it's always your highest pick if you have multiple picks in the round.
And then you can decide. You can say I'm accepting future years, or it's only
automatic. It's default. You're accepting. You have to post and say you are not accepting future year picks.
Okay, so if you're going to put tenders on it and you don't want 2025 picks, you have to go out and say that.
Correct.
Otherwise, you can get screwed, and somebody will be like, "Well, here's my 2025."
Well, so 2024 is default. If you don't have a 2024 pick, then that's when
Oh.
it goes to your 2025.
Okay. So by
you
saying
can declare 2024 only, so that all the people with no 24 picks can
cannot
no longer able.
can't
Okay.
bid.
They either have to go try to trade for a pick and then so they can start bidding, or they're
just say no
just
futures,
can't bid.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. I've never used the tender or even the RFA auctions because I'm just like I'm confused. I'm trying to figure out my tags. I'm trying to figure out my fucking
Well, all that stuff should be done
extensions.
before RFA even starts.
Oh yeah,
right?
I do it way too late. I do it like January 31st.
Well, it's not due until March 1st.
Oh yeah, I do it way too late, like March 1st.
It is kind of weird. I always screw myself because I see a guy has 2 years left before the rollover, and I'm like, all right, I don't have to do anything, and then it
Oh,
rolls
yeah.
over, and I just kind of forget that he's on his last year, and then it's like, oh, I can't extend him.
Yeah, you gotta extend him on 2 years. And
Yeah,
So if you got a guy like right now whose contract says 2, if you don't extend him this offseason, you can't extend him anymore.
that deadline is the 31st of January.
If it's 2 right now,
You have to.
you won't be able to extend him next year because it's going to go to 1.
Yeah, you
You have to extend him before the rollover.
Before the rollover.
Correct.
Yeah.
So it's too late. If you have a guy
Yeah.
at 2, it's too late to extend him.
Which the RF says, yeah, RFA
I thought you
is
could extend
after
him
the rollover.
No, you
at
can
the end of the
extend him
season.
at the end of the season, right?
Right now, if a guy has 2 years on him, at
Yeah.
rollover he's going to 1. You
Right.
cannot extend him anymore.
So
Well,
extensions happen after the rollover.
Yes.
Yes.
So you have to extend a guy when it says 3. That's the
that's
last
not
time.
correct.
No. When the guy says 2, after the rollover is when you extend him.
Okay.
So
I see what you're saying, but in my okay.
yeah, in
I think-
January we take the month off. Nothing happens. The commissioner's office is closed essentially. Nothing's processing during the month of January.
I'm just gonna trade tons of 3rd round picks so that you have a bunch of things to process.
No. Nothing processes in January.
Oh no, you'll come back to it.
You'll come back to it, and
Oh,
I'm just gonna make you
okay.
click like 10 times in these garbage.
Wait, I'm
trades.
confused. I thought so. I have I don't know who I have for two years. Let's say I have Christian McCaffrey for 2 years right now. I can't extend him.
No.
Nope, because it's going to go to 1.
So that's why
I
in my
literally
head,
thought it worked the other way this
No.
whole time. Like 5 years I've been in the leagues, 4 years.
No.
that's why in my head I think so. I've been thinking about it wrong. I think 3 because if I look at a guy on my roster and it says 3 years, he's going to roll over to 2, and that's the last time I can extend him. I cannot extend him after that. I can only tag him.
No, because there was a player, I forget which one it was. I don't think it was Christian
All
McCaffrey.
right, so let's look at Braxton's team right now.
So he can't
Next year, regardless of if he's extending players or not, next year Lamar Jackson is going to go to 1. He cannot be extended.
No, but
Okay.
you can tag Diggs here.
Tag's still.
tag.
So if it's more than 1 year remaining, I thought you could extend. Because then
He's only going to have 1 year remaining. Right now, we're looking.
right, but so then by that same logic, if Diggs
Diggs is going to go to 0.
right, so then you can't do anything with him because he's not
You
yours
can
anymore.
tag him.
That doesn't make sense to me because
Yeah,
I
you
thought
can't
tags had
tag
to go to 1 year left players.
No, you cannot tag someone that has contract left on it.
So then
You can only tag when they go to
I could
0.
have sworn I was extending players with 2 years left at this point. Like in January, I was right now.
After rollover. Okay.
What happens first?
Diggs will go
Extensions or
0.
So,
rollover?
Kyle, I think where you're getting confused is prior to last year, we started doing contract extensions in January
Yeah.
to happen before the rollover. That doesn't happen anymore. So we roll over.
Did that change last year?
Yes, last year.
Oh, okay, well that's why I fucked everything up. Okay.
So
get it
we
now.
roll over, and then we do the extensions.
Okay.
That's 100% why I was angry last year because I did not understand that.
So yeah. So
That's the only reason.
Oh no, it's not the only reason.
So like
that was the last year where I was like, I'm gonna make playoffs and win, and then I immediately got knocked out. Actually, I think I missed playoffs because of you.
So Braxton can't do anything with Lamar. Lamar's going to be a 1 year. He's going to be on his last year next year. He'll have to wait until January or whatever, February 2025. He might be able to tag him, but he
So-
cannot extend him. In
So
this
Jackson can't be extended or tagged this year.
offseason. Correct.
That seems like a gap.
He'll just be on a 1-year contract.
Okay.
He could have extended him 10 months ago.
Yeah.
Right.
No, because he already had his 2 extensions.
Well, like
That'd be annoying.
No, that's right.
theoretically.
So the only thing that could happen potentially is like Mahomes is going to be RFA, so his salary is going to go way up. That might bump Lamar out of the top X to where Lamar would be a holdout next year. He would get a 3rd extension for 2 years.
Yeah.
And
That's the best. That's the best thing that can happen for Braxton.
Why
And
did we make
holdout-
that change?
What?
Why did we make that change?
What change?
The change so that we had to have 3 years left. Or
No. You don't have to have 3 years left.
what
the
I'm
change
saying?
of
No. What
where
I'm
we-
saying
where
is
we
like
rolled over.
at this point in the time, why did we make the change so that Lamar Jackson can't be extended again? At this, well, he has 2 extensions, but like, say he could be extended again. Why can we not do 2-year extensions? Because now you can't.
Only holdouts can have 2-year extensions.
No,
But
no, he's
you
saying
can't
like
you can't
the
extend in
contract
1
year.
year either, because now so that all those 2-year players, unless they're holdouts, they can't be extended and they can't be tagged. So there's no way to put an extra year on them.
Correct.
Why did we make that change? Because before you could extend, because of how we did extensions versus the rollover deadline, we could still extend players with 2 years left. So I could have extended Lamar Jackson in prior years. Because I specifically remember doing it with Christian McCaffrey. I did it 2 times.
No, because it was always in the rules. It always said whatever their contract year is going to be after rollover decides whether you can extend them or not. Even though we were doing it before, that's part of why we moved it to after rollover, because it was too confusing. People were getting confused because they thought they had years left to extend. They didn't, because they were going to roll over to a lesser year.
Okay. It seems weird to me that there's an entire
There's
group
a
of
gap where
contract years where you can't do anything with them.
So if you start a season and you have anybody that has a 2 next to them, you cannot extend them. You won't be able to tag them for 2 fantasy football seasons.
Yeah.
Like if it's September 2023, the next time you'll be able to do anything with that guy is January 2025.
You can trade him.
Out.
You can trade him,
Right,
unless
but
unless he's a
we
holdout.
had that conversation so many times. No one wants a 1-year contract player, no matter how good they are.
That's not true.
No one wanted. No one
You literally
wanted
just
Allen.
got Diggs and Adams.
No one wanted the wide receiver 2 on the entire season, all year until playoffs. Not a
Who's
single
that?
person
That's
wanted
his
him.
age. That's not his 1-year status.
I mean,
Adam
Davante
Thielen?
Adams isn't exactly young. Was he 31?
People
Who?
do tend to shy away from a 1-year contract, which I think is ridiculous because you can always tag, you can always match. Like you are in control of keeping that player. You can tender him. Like I don't understand why people
Yeah,
freak
but
out.
you
They're
only
like,
get
"Oh,
one tag as well. So
Yeah,
if
but
you have Diggs, you can't like. He's gonna
Well-
lose one of those guys.
The bad thing is if
Necessarily.
somebody has more cap than you do, you just lost that player.
You can, but that's why you tender, and so you don't like I don't know. Like a 1-year contract to me is like you tender if you really don't want to lose them and you can afford to pay them, tender the crap out of them.
Right.
If you
Tender, but not
have
yet.
enough tags, if you got your tag them, or just match an RFA if you've got the money. Like you're in control of that player a lot more than I think people think they are.
That's 100%. I think people tend to shy away because they're worried about the salary getting too high, or
Yeah.
they're worried that someone with a 116 is going to win the bid, and they feel like that 116 is worthless. And then the salary went higher than they wanted. And so,
Yeah.
in a way, so Renee kind of did that to me a few years ago with Kelsey. She didn't have a first round pick. She went and traded for like the 113 or the 114 and then bid Kelsey up to 84. So I'm sitting here like, okay, well, he's worth more than the 114.
So you have to match or lose him for less than he's worth.
Yeah.
Which you could get pigeonholed, I guess, but
Yeah. I'm going to have to do the same thing with Andrews this year. I got him on his last year of his contract. So he's going to go RFA, first and second tender.
Yeah, because you're not going to tag him. You're not going to tag. Well, why wouldn't?
Why won't I tag him?
Oh, because you're going to tag Ayuk.
Ayuk's going to be a holdout. I bet on that, and
no, he's tagging Patrick Mahomes.
No, he can't. He's already.
Yeah.
I can't tag Mahomes.
Why not?
Because I'd only get him one more year.
What's wrong with that?
Because
You lose him.
I'm going to lose him after 1 year, losing for nothing. Because once a player is tagged, regardless of who tags them, they can never go into RFA.
Once they're tagged at all,
I really need to read that part
twice.
of the rule set again.
At
I
all.
do not understand.
One
RFA.
tag means the player can't go to RFA.
One tag, that's all. One tag, you're in the bag.
So Mahomes will go to RFA.
RFA is separate from free agent, right?
Correct.
Yes.
RFA happens first.
So he would
Then
go
the
into
free agent auction happens.
and you can't match the salary for a free agent. You can only do an RFA.
Correct.
Okay.
Free agents just like the auction startup draft, essentially.
Can you match anyone in RFA if it's from your roster, or is there limitations for like if they're top X or something?
No, you can match anyone that you put comp or your one no comp transition player.
You get one no comp transition that you can match.
Yeah, you can match. Well, if you don't comp a player other than that one transition tag, they go to a free agent auction.
Yeah,
you have to put comp on them.
Oh man,
that transition tag does that. I'll read the rules, whatever. I don't want to talk about it right now.
That's the 50% starting bid. You can match them.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay. I am so screwed in 32.
Yeah.
Because I'm just realizing about the 3 rolling to 2, and there's the gap year where you can't do anything. I didn't realize that, but I've got 4 guys. I have 2 guys on 1. Oh, you've got it right there. So Stafford and Kirk. I'm probably going to lose one of them unless I match, because I would have to tag.
Yo, why would you want Kirk Cousins?
Dude, he's going to be good next year. I don't know. Everyone's out on this guy.
Yeah.
The problem is I also have Fields and Stafford. So
I also can't do anything with Fields this year because he's going to 1 year.
Yeah, I can't do anything with Fields this year. And same with.
This is where you're got to hope that Fields
turns into a holdout
next year. Yeah.
Yeah, that seems like poorly placed.
But if he doesn't, that it likely means he's not your franchise quarterback, and so you could put a first on him.
Easy. Put 2 firsts on him and say, yeah, okay, starting bid is whatever, $33. Nobody's going to put 2 firsts.
Starting bid would be, for a first, would be 24.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking 2 firsts and just lock it up. No one's going to give up 2 firsts for a guy.
No, you can't.
No?
You can do it first, second, third.
Oh.
You can only do 1 pick for each round.
I would have to guess that the reasoning behind that is you don't want to call too many people that could eligibly bid, because there's not a lot of people that have 2 firsts just on hand.
That, and then there are a lot of people that won't want to pay like 2025 or 2026, and the only way you can get 2 first without paying for a future is to actually trade for one. And
so that you bring up you saying something that gives, I got a question. So you can partake in RFA and FA if you haven't paid for 2024?
No.
Okay.
That's another reason why everything's pushed back to after roller. The deadline to pay is January 31st.
What is this, a free lunch?
No one does anything with their team without paying. What I was talking about is, like, if I put 2 first-round picks on a player, it's likely you only have 1 2024 pick and a 2025.
And 1 2025, yeah.
A lot of people, not a lot, a handful of people don't want to pay future picks like that. Then that's part of why they don't trade future picks, because they don't want to pay for the season ahead of time.
Yeah.
I feel like that holds some owners back, to be honest with you.
It does. 100% it does.
I was talking to a guy today, and I was like, "Well, I trade for your picks." He was trying to get something. He's like, I'm not going to pay for next year yet." I was like, "Oh, okay." He's like, "Yeah, it just kind of is what it is." But he's a competing team. He's got a great team. And he's got all his picks still, so it's like,
Nice talking to you, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, to each their own. But
I totally get why you have that rule. I have the same rule in my leagues, but whatever. Owners be owners, I guess.
And so another thing I've heard, and this is not true, but I've heard that if you tender a guy, you cannot match the bid. That's false, correct?
100% false.
Okay. I'm just saying, like,
Tender is RFA.
Yeah.
Any player that you have in RFA, you can match the bid.
Yeah. Okay. Good. I've heard people be like, "Oh no, I tendered him, so I won't be able to match," and it's like, no, you can still match. You can tender a first, second, third, fourth, and then still match it. You don't lose your own picks or something weird like that.
No, but you have to. If no one bids, you have to match the salary.
Yeah, whatever that starting salary is.
Yeah. And put in that rule after this last year that when you tender a guy, he has to, and no one bids on him, and you don't want him. You were just hoping to get a pick for him. He has to remain on your roster until after FA auction.
I remember talking about that last year.
So, well, what happened was what brought it up and was Brady got tagged.
It was probably Joe.
Then he retired. No, it wasn't Joe. It was I think it was Brandon.
Joe three times.
So Brady retiring would be the exception to the rule. If you tag a player, and in between that and the month long that we have for putting in your comp, and then the player retires, you don't have to keep the player. You can just say, I put him on no comp. I don't want him.
Yeah.
So,
can you can't even trade him away?
No, you could trade.
Okay, you just can't drop.
You just can't drop that. That's the key. Is you can't drop a player that you put comp on until after the FA auction is over.
Yeah. Okay. So if you don't want a guy and he's going to RFA, and you're just like, maybe somebody will give me a second for him, it's probably better to just not do that. You could kind of screw yourself for free agent, and just be like, I'm just gonna eat it. Maybe there's a second out there, but I'm not gonna risk having to have this guy on my roster for
that's
$20.
Pretty much what happens to all of my players.
You can't trade a 0-year player. If that's what you're talking about.
No, I was saying I was talking about the edge case where you can't. So if you win your RFA, or whoever wins the RFA for that player, they can't drop them. And I was asking if you could trade them after you won the RFA before a free agent.
Yeah.
Right.
And if you match a guy in RFA, does that go to auto 4-year contract?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Everything out of RFA, it's like free agent waivers, whatever is 4-year contract.
So if you match him out of RFA, can he be extended and tagged?
No.
Later on? No. Okay.
Not that year. It's 4 years. The following year.
But like he's eligible.
Oh,
like
yeah.
He's already been extended
once
a couple times.
Once a guy's gone through RFA, his this right here gets cleared out.
Completely reset. Okay. So
then you, as the owner, could control him potentially for another 6 or so years.
So yeah. So if there's like a wide receiver that's around for 12 years or whatever.
So in theory, I could have Mahomes for almost his entire career.
Forever.
But that price is just going to keep going up and up and up, most likely.
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah.
Because, I'm going to put first, second, third on him. That will take him to like $60. Well, there's no way he's going to be $60.
Yeah.
So if I end up matching, say $85, well, then the following, now I'm going to extend him. So $85. Now we're at $93.
Mm-hmm.
Then I extend him again. Now we're at $104.
Yeah.
And now, come RFA time, if I put a first and second on him, you're $120.
Yeah.
If
So
you're gonna
while-
keep RFAing him, I wouldn't extend him. You'd just send him back to the gulag. And that
Well,
would
this
theoretically
is the trying to control him for his entire career.
maximize. Yeah,
And this is an extreme, and we're talking
Yeah.
about someone that's super.
God, just so dumb. Like Chiefs fans are the
Expensive.
worst.
So anyway,
So
nice
we're getting
little
rid of 4th-round
Yeah.
picks next
2026.
for
2026.
2026, right?
Can't tender a fourth anymore.
Yeah, 2026 will be gone.
if you look at the you got the playoff bracket you're pulling up.
You know, I made a joke about having a 30-minute conversation about something else, but we actually just did it. So,
Yes.
booyah.
Completely related. It wasn't.
It wasn't
Yeah,
even
what-
an
It wasn't ice cream or
something
It
stupid.
wasn't me complaining about how running backs suck.
It was something that everybody gets confused about every year.
And even though we just answered
RFA?
every possible question you could have, there's going to be in a week someone's going to be like, wait,
Yeah,
can
we're
I
gonna
extend a
figure that
guy who's got 1 year left on his contract right now? And we're all going to be like, we'll know.
I scammed my way into this podcast, and I still don't know how RFA works. So I'm gonna have this conversation again in 12 months.
Right.
So Roy beat, I believe that's Dave
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
and the 69ers. Roy beat Dave. Roy was the 1 seed.
2 seed. I thought.
The 2 seed, sorry.
Yeah.
And so it's not an upset. Had a great team. His potential lineup was nutty. Dave just didn't have a chance. So,
No.
but good game. Everybody popped off again. Christian McCaffrey on an elite team. Below, we did have an upset with Brandon beating Jason K. Jason K was the 1 seed. I think at one point in the year he was like 9-0 or something.
Yeah.
And kind of stumbled to the finish line and lost,
Oh,
but he
that's
still
brutal.
has some good pieces coming into next year. But man, Brees Hall, Bijan,
He's got an excellent team. He has Tyreek Hill.
yeah,
That's a brutal end of the season.
it is
Yeah.
a brutal
Hill and
end,
Stroud.
brutal end of the season. But he'll be back,
You
and
can only
he'll-
start one quarterback, so it doesn't matter.
No, but he likely would have potentially started Stroud over Allen.
Why?
Stroud's
All right,
been better.
Stroud's on
Been better
concussion protocol.
Yeah, what I'm saying is
Has he
Stroud
been
was
better?
hurt, so he might.
Oh,
be-
you know what? I don't know if he has been better. Josh Allen is like fantasy QB1
Josh
for
fucking Allen.
all year, isn't he?
How good is CJ Stroud?
Either way, Jason K ran into a wall of injuries,
Oh,
and
I mean, Stroud at Titans versus.
He has been pretty fucking good, I guess.
So Kyle,
Stroud's been great. But
well, okay. I mean, I don't think you're starting CJ Stroud over Josh Allen.
No,
probably
you're
probably not. But probably not. But anyway, it's kind of an unfortunate end of the season for Jason K. Just
Yeah, it sucks.
losing to
So-
some people. Brandon's team did put up a really solid week.
without a running back.
Kareem
all
Hunt's
year.
in the playoffs.
It's because Laporta.
To Kyle's point about he doesn't like running backs, this kind of proves,
You
I
can
guess
do
he
it.
didn't need a good running back all
Okay.
year.
But at the same time, 70 points in this league is atrocious.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad.
Okay, I don't want to get into it, but what I was saying wasn't just like going with 0 running backs. I was saying going with the
boy.
cheap running backs that are overperforming. Anyways, back to the story.
Yeah, if you can find a cheap running back that's overperforming, everybody wants him.
Yeah, we would all be scoring a lot of points.
Tim beat Braxton. This was another upset.
Yes.
Zach, I think, probably feels pretty good about this. Braxton's team has won a lot of games that he's won a lot
I
of.
would have beat Braxton.
He was don't do that to yourself, because I would have beat Renee and the other guy. in
I
SF2.
always do it to myself in this league.
Yeah.
I would have beat Braxton.
So Braxton's team all year, you've heard us talk about it as like winning games. He probably shouldn't. He's kind of just hung around. He actually,
Why did he start George Kittle over Trey McBride?
yeah, he made a couple of questionable starts that decision. Well, actually, just
I don't know.
he's
You're not really
saying-
starting Curtis Samuel, but
What you're seeing there is Brees Hall and Bijan both started on 2 teams that were favored to win and both lost because those guys just disappeared for a week, which
that's
kind of
crazy.
sucks.
Both of them have him.
Yeah, it kind of sucks. That's kind of a tough way to go. And this was a fairly close matchup, 10 points when you consider Braxton had 2 guys combined for 3.
Yeah.
But Tim, good on you. You upset Zach and then you upset Braxton, and you're in the conference
Look at Tim.
championship game. So So big time. I don't know. Cooper Cup has warmed up just in time for you, Tim. I think that's the secret to your
And
success.
Njoku.
And Njoku.
Oh my gosh.
Every team in the playoffs has Njoku.
Which is
That's
crazy.
insane. League winner, baby.
He literally might be a league winner because Joe Flacco
loves tight ends.
Without Joe Flacco, he would have been nothing.
Here's the other thing. Tim does not have a quarterback.
Has not Tommy DeVito.
Yeah.
Geno Smith will be back next week. They already said he'll be back next week.
Hopefully. I loved the
into
Noah Fant, Geno Smith. That was hilarious to me. Not Noah Fant, Drew Lock.
I hate Drew Lock.
Yeah.
What a fuck boy.
What sucks for Tim is he has no assets to do anything.
No.
He's sold everything to get what he has just to survive.
And to be fair, he sold everything. If you're getting to the conference championship game, you're like,
good for you.
I'm not knocking it. He did what he needed to do to get where he's at and got a little bit of lucky on the way.
Okay.
We all have to get a little bit of lucky.
Oh, yeah.
This team is what I'm talking about with running backs. Gus Edwards and Raheem Mostert are perfect examples.
No, but he had Josh Jacobs.
That's true. But Josh Jacobs kind of sucks this year.
Josh Jacobs was like RB6.
No. Click on his name.
Yeah, he's been good.
He's been good.
He's been all right.
Come on, brother.
5 points.
He's
6 points. Bye week. 7 points.
So Tim, what I think you need to do this offseason is sell everything. Sell Cooper Cup.
No. Don't give those.
Yes. You need to. This
sell
team's not
David
going to
Njoku.
compete next year. You
Sell
just need to
Raheem
sell.
Mostert. Sell Tommy DeVito.
Selling everything is
This is a good candidate. You've got some older players. You've got guys that aren't really startable guys. You don't have the depth. This is one of those teams that try to win it all, and the following year you just blow it all up.
I would start the turnover. I probably wouldn't full sell, but I would probably like half sell.
Tim, if I was you, I would tank for the 101. Get that 2025. Make that the 101. That's what I
what do you do with the player?
He doesn't have a 2025.
I got a 25 first, though.
So that's next year. That's right. So he has no picks. So no, he doesn't blow it up next year. He just
Tim, don't listen to these guys.
You
Blow it up.
sell a piece or two, and that's it. You sell a piece or two, and that's all. You don't blow it up.
No, you don't blow it up when you don't have your picks.
No.
Oh yeah, I've done that a couple times.
That's smart.
I'm so
Adrian sells his future picks so he can't blow it up.
Exactly.
Has to try. Last matchup was Ash over Troy, and Ash won. Ash has been a favorite to get back to the Super Bowl.
Ash is a fucking stud.
This has been another good team, and he. I mean, 94
sick team.
94 points is not great. It's not terrible, but you look at that potential at 135. I don't know. I mean, none of those guys, I guess you're really putting in there. Najee Harris, maybe. I don't think he's done a whole lot all year. But
you don't put Najee Harris in. He didn't even have a good week.
No, I'm saying like that's a guy maybe you don't start.
Yeah.
Because you start Swift and then you can pick anyone else. You only need one running back.
He doesn't have any other running backs.
James Cook. And he has Cook and Swift, and you only have to
What
start.
am I looking at?
Troy, Turkeys.
The Vultures.
Yeah.
Where's James Cook? Oh, he's starting
underneath Trevor.
Oh, I see. He flexed the running back. Okay, never mind. I'm on the same page again.
I think he flexed 2 running backs.
Right, because start one.
Yeah,
start one running back, 2 wide receiver.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
So
anyway,
instead of Najee, you probably would have started OBJ.
Probably.
Yeah. You don't start
anybody else.
I don't think you start Darius Slay.
You don't start
it wouldn't have
Everett.
helped him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried trading Kelsey before. I traded Kelsey.
Did he have the $84 in cap space? So
he only has here. Look how good his cap is.
Oh my God! This is a playoff team.
He was in the easiest division.
I don't.
He was.
It doesn't matter. He was in the easiest division. All he had to do is
this guy's rebuilding, and he made playoffs.
He's got C.J. Stroud.
Yeah, on Taxi and Bryce Young
and Trevor Lawrence.
And Bryce Young.
You can't
Jordan
start more than one quarterback.
Yeah, he needs to
How
sell.
many times do I have
Still.
to say it?
Yeah, you've got Trevor, Baker, CJ, and Bryce.
But you want to have a decent backup. So
You
I mean,
do.
Baker's a decent
Baker.
backup.
Baker's
You don't
perfect.
But I think you probably trade Baker and keep Stroud, and then sell
Or
Young.
trade Lawrence.
I don't know, man. I just
He
like
could. Well, he couldn't trade. I tried to get Stroud.
Yeah, he won't.
Yeah, I wouldn't be moving
I
Stroud.
don't think
He wanted to give me Bryce Young, and I want nothing to do with Bryce Young.
Yeah, nobody does,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
I would have taken Lawrence, but then he didn't have
I'll take a gamble on Bryce Young if anybody wants to sell him.
yeah,
to
same.
me
I was
for
just about to
cheap.
say that. Listen, Bryce Young will be fine. Also, I'll send you trades to give away.
Is hang on. I gotta get my
Mom?
thoughts together here.
Sure.
Is Baker Mayfield
No, stop it.
like is he not
No.
bad?
He's
not
not
bad.
him. He's
I've
not
always
him.
been a Baker believer.
Is
He's
this like is he
fine.
having like an early career restart?
You know what it was?
in
It was
Tampa?
Joe Barry. It was Joe fucking Barry.
Was that the defensive coordinator in
See,
Cleveland?
what
No,
you got to
for the
realize
Packers.
is they mature. These people mature, and they get smarter, and they,
'Cause Baker Mayfield's
realize
not.
that hey, I
Maybe
gotta.
It's like
the guy
it's like
that
what?
he came in, and I think he had a big ego, and
Yes.
he didn't think he needed to do all the extra work.
Stop it.
No, I'm
Yes.
dead serious. And he had all the commercials.
You're gonna make Van send 2 firsts for Baker. Stop it.
And so I mean, he was rookie of the year, wasn't he? I mean, he put up he
no, he
broke
was
the
not.
touchdown record for quarterbacks for rookie.
He must have been then.
He
But
had to, and I mean, he blew up.
Yeah, he was rookie
And
of the year.
I really think he thought he'd made it, and he didn't.
it's really crazy that Josh Rosen didn't win Rookie of the Year.
He didn't put in the work he needed to the following year, and he kind of fell out, lost some confidence.
I have a theory on this. Do you want to spend
Went to
another
a
half
bad
an hour
team.
on it?
Yeah, I bet it's probably like go find some quarterback for $1 and start him.
No, it's actually about Baker Mayfield specifically.
Oh, okay.
All right, so here's my thought process. Well, it's actually about rookie quarterbacks. So, a quarterback who has not started in the NFL, teams don't have film on them. They don't train. They don't look at film ahead of time the week before. There's probably a 6 to 8 week period where they kind of just run vanilla packages on defense because they don't know what the quarterback's good at, what the quarterback's not good at, from the defense perspective. After that, there's some film on them. So we saw it with Stroud a little bit. Stroud's a good quarterback, so it wasn't that bad. Same with Purdy. Purdy had a bit of a dip. So probably about 18 games in, you have a full set of data and film on those rookie quarterbacks. So you get to expose their flaws. So CJ Stroud has trouble throwing over the middle of the field in intermediate and deep passes when there's a defender that's coming up in front of the wide receiver. And he actually got caught a couple times and got lucky. The guy dropped it, whatever. Same thing with Purdy. Purdy doesn't have the strongest arm. And he likes to make cowboy throws that actually work pretty often, but don't work every time.
What's a cowboy throw?
I
just don't know that terminology.
It's like a yeehaw, like yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Like he's running to the left side of the field and then hucks it across, like cross field down 30 yards. Like plays that are never gonna work, but
gotcha.
They work for some reason. It's probably because the 49ers are insane.
Patrick Mahomes does that too.
So
he has the arm strength to do that.
Yeah, Mahomes has like 0.1%.
I know, so that's part of what makes him like so fun to watch, just because he's got these cowboy throws.
Yeah. I hate that. I shouldn't have said that. All right. But what I'm saying is, so once people figured out Baker Mayfield, once they had the film on him, they had an entire offseason to prep for what they were going to do against Baker.
He's been around for.
He's been a backup for like 8 years. Anyways,
he was rookie of the year in 2019.
Yeah, 8 years.
4 years ago.
Amari Cooper's been in the league for 15 years. No one talks about that. But that's my take on it. Is that after teams have enough film.
I could agree with you there, but he wasn't putting in. I don't think he was putting in the work.
No,
he needed to do because it was
mature.
Easy to him.
Yes,
and it took him a few years to mature.
I also suspect on top of that he wasn't the biggest team guy on the Browns. I think he probably pissed off some people on the Browns.
I wouldn't be
That's the
surprised because they
immaturity.
weren't they like 0-16? They drafted him and then they made it to the playoffs 2 years later.
Yeah.
I'd be. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't
It
surprise
wasn't
me if he
just
was
him
like,
though. It was
"Hey, I showed up and this
fucking
franchise is in total."
Denzel Ward was in that same draft, I think.
Hmm.
And then they got Myles Garrett the next year, who I think Myles Garrett and Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb was in the Baker year, I think. And then I think those two guys are why the Browns were so good, not Baker specifically. Ooh,
All
nice.
right. Yeah,
sorry.
I think Baker might be. I think I wouldn't be surprised if we see him starting for a lot of teams next year.
Yeah,
They're going to ride with Baker as their starting
It's a
QB.
very interesting quarterback landscape right now. Like Tommy fucking DeVito looks better than
No, that's
Daniel
because he
Jones.
played the
not get too
Packers
far.
and Joe Barry.
True.
That's why.
Yeah.
I fucking hate the Packers.
Joe Barry sucks.
I
So
guarantee you
much.
Baker
Damn it.
Mayfield is a starter in Superflex.
Joe
Oh,
Barry
yeah.
is the biggest fucking imposter in the entire world. Like he shows up just enough to save his job in the offseason and then goes right back to sucking again. Like, oops, sorry. We're undefeated in December, except not anymore. Suckers.
If we look at the toilet bowl, there's some games that nobody cares about, and I won my matchup without setting a lineup.
Congratulations. Not punished. Let's go, baby.
Let's go. So I set my lineup for this week.
How about that 32 points down there, though?
32 points. That's Justin, and he. I don't know if he set his lineup.
Probably you didn't set a lineup. Sure.
That's more than not setting lineup. That is.
Well, he had
Yeah, because he's got Dak.
so
He's got Zeke.
Yeah. That's Dak.
Fucking Dak. I tried to trade for Dak this past week. Glad I didn't. What happened, CeeDee Lamb? Where'd you go?
Oh, we started Dak.
oh, yeah, Stack had a really shitty
But-
week.
Ramadre, Marquise
Oh my
Brown.
God.
So I think he did set a lineup, but his team is so.
What a dog shit lineup. And he played against like what looks like a playoff roster.
The team he played against went
What
ape.
the fuck?
Debo, Hawkinson,
That's
Laporta.
a team. We would have talked about that being as one of the favorites last year.
That's Carmen.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh
who
my
Carmen
goodness.
is.
2 tight end Carmen.
Great. Hey, listen, tight ends, man. I'm
I
telling you.
just he loves his tight ends. That's why
Tight
I
end
call him.
premium. Tight end premium. Okay, moving on. Next league. Congratulations, everyone.
Not gonna lie, I wasn't sure if we were gonna make it to like the 45-minute mark, but we're doing good.
Oh yeah, I'm wasting so much time. I learned from Jay.
The best.
Yeah. At least I talk about football.
Whose league is JB? Is that Jason's?
I think so. No,
All right,
isn't it?
yeah,
No, Adrian, are you
Jason.
GA?
I'm GA.
Yeah. Okay.
So we had one trade. Nate gave up Cooper Cup and a third for Cooper, JMO, and a second with Rizzo.
The
He got his
Cooper
own
trade.
second. He got his own second back.
So is Rizzo in it?
Congratulations.
Rizzo was in
Yeah.
the playoffs, wasn't he?
Yeah, Rizzo's in the playoffs. He won.
And
Rizzo's
Nate
probably
is
feeling
not.
pretty good about that.
Well, this happened today.
Oh, gotcha.
Interesting.
He should
Okay.
still be feeling pretty good about it.
I don't hate
for
it.
sure.
I don't hate that trade for both sides. I
I'm
kind of
not.
feel like you could have gotten more for Cup though, but whatever.
That's a
I mean,
lot.
it's fine.
I mean,
Oh,
Amari
is that
Cooper
is that an early
can
second?
score.
It probably is because it's the Bear. It's his own second. So
Yeah.
I'd imagine if he's not.
I think
in
he
the
got.
playoffs.
I think he got a lot for Cup myself.
The thing that's crazy to me, and like I don't know if we talked about this, but like in a 12 team,
2-5.
you're looking at like, so the 2-5, that's the 17th pick in the draft, and a 16 team links to 201, and people are like, oh, it's the first pick
We
in the
don't,
second
we
round.
don't have a
Like,
113 in this league, do we?
What?
Like we don't do picks for toilet bowl. It's just money.
No, it's just money.
Okay.
Just $50.
Yeah.
That's why people.
Oh,
are-
is it still 50? I thought we. I thought.
No, it was the full league fee,
Yeah.
and we cut it to half.
Okay. Yeah.
those mid seconds in a 12 team league are like,
Yeah.
those
They're
are worth.
basically firsts.
They are. You got to think about it as like it's
like
the 17th
But
pick
they're
in the
not
draft.
because this is a 12-team league.
You know what's really fucked? I literally go into GA and I'm like, man, this second round is basically a third round pick, so I'm just gonna sell it. And that's why my team is so fucking shit. I said,
But
what was it?
what
I
you
said-
but you make your bank in the third round. 1 out of every 12,
Yeah. Yeah,
12
I don't know,
picks.
people. I could get. Okay, well, I haven't been, but I think I could get more selling a second than using it in GA. It's so I don't know what I'm doing in that
You
league,
probably
man.
could flip a second for like 3/3. Somebody would be like, "Sure, I don't want these
I
30 for Don't give me
I
the 208."
traded my future first for J.K. Dobbins the year he tore his ACL, and that pick ended up being like the 104. And then I traded my second
Oh,
for Irv Smith that same year, and it ended up being like, what
the
what am I
204.
doing, man?
Okay.
I thought I had
Question
it
for you.
figured out. I don't know how to do it.
You have the 108. How many seconds is it going to take for you to trade away the 108?
3, and one of them has to be a top
Starting
three.
at the 201. So obviously you're not going to do it for the 201 straight up.
No, one of them has. I'll do it for 3 seconds, and one of them has to be a top 3 pick.
So you would trade away the 108 for the 202, the 27, and the
I'll
215.
call it. Yeah. And the 16 team.
No, sorry.
Oh, call it 12 team.
I'll do something like 202, 203, 202 or 203, and then like a 207 and a 209. I would do that.
You would trade away the 108 for that.
Yeah.
All right, I got to go start getting seconds. I'm gonna bring this up. I said you would trade. You said you'd take it.
But the caveat is that I would also probably try and package those late seconds for an earlier second. I'd probably try and get like the 204 or something from those two, or 202 or whatever.
Interesting. All right, go ahead with the next thing, whatever it is.
Let's go to yeah.
So I don't know why the playoffs are at the bottom. All right. We had Nick versus Mache.
Wow, Nick's team went off.
Went off huge.
Every year he goes
Holy
off.
crap.
That efficiency should be punished.
79.
And 86. You had a chance to go over 200 and you didn't take it.
86 isn't too
Jake
bad.
Browning's a better quarterback than Josh Allen. Been saying it all year.
It was the Jarek.
Are you really going to start McKinnon over Henry?
Yeah, no chance.
No,
Or Judy over Lockett?
I'm kidding. This time I'm kidding.
I don't know,
Last time I
Kyle. It's
wasn't.
hard to tell with you sometimes.
I know.
Nick's been in the
My bad.
playoff in the Super Bowl the past 2 years.
Has he won it yet?
Well, yes,
He
won
won
it
it last year, I
Did
thought.
he win it last year? I don't.
Yes, he won.
If I'm not in the playoffs, I'm very.
That was
aware.
it was me and him, and that was the game
The
that I had.
Burrow.
I had Diggs, and I needed 21 points to win, and they didn't play the game.
Oh,
Get over it. Oh my God.
Let's see. Adrian
Don't be
manned
jealous.
up. Adrian manned
So
up
jealous.
and took the loss.
I mean, what else can you do?
Well, you got Jason telling the other guy he'll give him the money if they'll replay it the following week so he can try to win the title.
Just take the L.
Yeah, that's why Jason didn't really win the league.
Yeah, we split the money though, 50-50. So, but he got the title.
Big time. Nice work, Nick. Way to finesse Adrian.
Yeah.
Big Dick Nick.
Yeah.
No, if I was in your shoes, Adrian, I'd be like, all right, that's fine. Split the payout. You can take the title.
Yeah.
Next matchup.
We had Rizzo versus Tim.
Wow, Rizzo, almost perfect efficiency.
Is Tim out? Oh, Tim.
Yeah, Tim. So he survived in 32. He did not survive in JB.
Wow, his team.
Dude,
He survived in
both
NFL.
of these
Those
teams
are
man,
very good.
he just freaking digs. D Hop
He could have maxed out his lineup. He still wouldn't have won.
James Cook.
I feel
40
like
points.
that's a little more comforting.
Crazy. Was
There's
he
nothing.
the highest scoring player in Week 14?
Who?
Cook?
James Cook.
It was probably
I'll
pretty
No,
check
close.
CMC.
Yeah,
Was it?
Yeah,
CMC.
CMC would have been.
CMC had 47 points, almost 48.
Yeah, 47.7.
So I think our 1 and 2 seeds.
It's going to be a good game. LACTU and
Yes, it is. It's
Rizzo Nick.
I mean, unless just some random
Terrible things happen.
things happen that guys don't show up. I think Rizzo's going to win it.
Yeah, I mean, look at their potential points, like from last week.
212 and 213. Yeah. Ooh. Hear that, Nick? Make sure you start Jake Browning.
I mean,
McKinnon,
I don't
Judy.
see McKinnon scoring 20 again.
No, but
People have been saying about Njoku for the last 4 weeks.
He's
Derrick
gonna
Henry
he's gonna
could
regress
definitely
eventually.
Dude,
Derrick
either these guys have Njoku?
Derrick Henry
They
can
do.
definitely have 20
Yeah.
points.
Imagine saying this 12 months ago. The top quarterbacks in Week 15 were Jared Goff, Baker Mayfield, Aiden O'Connell, and Brock Purdy.
I would say, who is Aiden O'Connell? Is this some rookie that I don't know about?
Yes, and he took over for Jimmy Garoppolo.
Is he actually a rookie?
Yeah,
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
I did
he's
not
like
know.
he's like
The third
26
round?
though, because he transferred twice. He was like the third string quarterback on Purdue. Played
Is it third
4
or fifth
years.
round?
He's like
I think it's a fifth round,
undrafted. He's fourth.
fourth round.
Yeah,
I have no idea. I just found out he was a rookie.
he's 25.
He's got a good 15-year career ahead of him of being somebody's backup.
Yeah, if we project like he's Brock Purdy, he's gonna be in the league forever.
If we project like he's
When we had the episode of the week, the team
Yeah.
that just dominated all season,
No,
and Jason
he lost.
lost to
With
Roy.
McCaffrey.
Roy won. Let's
Yeah.
go, Roy. Let's
Yeah.
fucking go.
Congrats, Roy.
They both did a terrible job setting their lineup.
James
although,
Holy.
yeah,
That's
wow.
egregious though, starting Joe Flacco over Gardner Minshew.
That's the first team with Christian McCaffrey we've seen lose in the playoffs.
Crazy. Yeah, it's because he played James Cook.
No, it's because Dak
Dak sucked. And
Dak
Ayuk. Oh
hit
yeah.
the bed. Stephon Diggs did nothing.
Garrett
Garrett Wilson did
Wilson.
nothing.
He traded for Terry McLaurin and he doesn't even start him. Like, what are you doing? Wait, Jay, love you like a brother.
But he didn't just trade for him. He's had him.
Yeah, it was a few
And he
weeks ago.
hasn't
I
done
would
nothing.
know because I was the one that traded him.
I might have started.
Terry McLaurin was
Over-
McLaurin was a non-starter, startable receiver.
How
Look
crazy
at his
is
numbers.
that? He's got 20. Yeah, it's terrible this year. 28 points, and
Yeah.
Sam Howell had 12.
That's because Jacoby Brissett came in the game
Oh,
and threw the touchdowns
was
to
it an
Terry.
injury or was it bench?
I think. I actually have no idea.
I
I
didn't watch
believe
football.
he was benched.
I think he was benched.
Yeah, he was. It says will remain starter. He was benched.
Should we do a separate stream for my victory lap on that, or should we?
About what?
Sam Howell sucking dick.
Did you call it that he was going to be bad this week?
No, I called it that he was gonna be bad in his career.
1 week and he's been in his
What-
career.
1 week, Kyle's
He
taking a
got
victory lap.
benched, man. Let's see. Do we think Mac Jones is still good?
I'm still a believer.
Stop it.
He's just got to mature like Baker. Come on, give him a break.
He's got Bill O'Brien as an OC.
That's not that bad. Could be worse.
He has had
Maybe
the
Urban
worst
Meyer.
offensive coordinators.
Yes.
He's gotten
Matt
absolutely
Patricia.
wrecked. And guess what?
Really?
His career is ruined because of it. No one's gonna pick him up.
Yeah, Matt Patricia.
Matt Patricia and whoever the fuck the other guy was, they were both defensive coordinators. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Anyways, next matchup.
So we had Todd, number 2 seed, versus
The least shocking
Joe.
result of all time.
Joe won.
no. Thank
No.
God.
Thank God, yes.
Thank God.
No, that was the weakest conference ever. I think
Oh my
Adrian probably
goodness.
would have done better.
You want to talk about efficiency that should get you crucified? Does that say 68.2?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Wow.
Let's see who.
I believe I said in a previous episode that if you go, if your efficiency is under 70%, you should lose your first.
No.
I mean, okay, let's be fair here. Are you going to start Tucker Kraft or Taysom Hill?
Yeah.
I would start Tucker Kraft.
I would start Tucker Kraft.
No, I would start Taysom Hill every day.
I would start Tucker Kraft.
Why does
I'm
he
not
have?
even crazy.
Why does he have 4 tight ends? It's not tight end premium.
You can't
Three
start more than 2 tight ends.
And you're not starting Wilson over Tua.
No.
And then
you're not starting Trey Tucker over.
I might have started Singletary over Eckler. I'll be honest with you.
Yes, but Eckler wasn't. It was Henry.
I mean, either way, it's 14.
Yeah. So
7 and 5.
So yeah, potentially Singletary over Eckler.
Especially Henry playing Houston, where he's dominated.
Yeah.
Except for this week.
There's no planet where you start Trey Tucker over Romeo Doubs, though.
No, you don't. It's just unfortunate that your sucky guys blew up while your good guys did shit.
Yeah. Hey man, Trey Tucker, he's worth a first or so.
Don't put ideas into his head.
Man, I have so much power.
Other guy, who's he playing?
Todd
Still got Tyreek on the bench.
Yeah, Todd's been a favorite for several years now.
So Todd is in 2 championship games, conference championship games.
He did. I think
Roy,
he had like.
Was Roy out of the other one? Roy
I don't know. I haven't looked.
Roy's in 32, and JB.
I think the only year Todd missed playoffs is the year that he drafted Jamar Chase at like 104 or 105, and then he was back in playoffs again.
Hang on.
Well, his division isn't really that competitive.
Still, he's got a baller team. He would be doing well in every.
Has he been starting just Patrick Mahomes at QB all year?
Tommy DeVito, baby.
Well, he hasn't been starting Tommy DeVito all year.
He had Kirk Cousins.
Oh.
No, he had what's his name? Daniel
Jones.
No, he had Kirk Cousins before the injury, and they traded him. I'm pretty sure.
No, Roy had Kirk Cousins. He still has Kirk Cousins.
That's right.
So he had Daniel Jones, and then he had his
backup. It was DJ. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I low key forgot Daniel Jones tore his ACL. I saw that somewhere. I was like,
when?
That's why he's out, isn't it? Yeah. That's why he's out.
Not playing.
He tore his ACL.
I thought he got benched, bro.
No.
He probably could have been. He's terrible.
Yeah, I can't say I watch a lot of Giants football.
No, he got hurt, and then
he got benched.
The second that. Then the backup. Who was the first backup? Because that guy got hurt too.
Tyrod Taylor.
Dude, Tyrod Taylor. Tyrod Taylor. His injuries have kickstarted so many careers.
Yes.
Tyrod Taylor is like a good backup, and like punctured lung on the Chargers, like blew his brains out on the Giants. I don't know what happened with him this time. Like
he definitely did not
ACL or
shoot himself.
He was the starter for the Texans until he blew his knee. Then
and he was playing pretty well.
Poor guy.
He was playing all right. Yeah. Oh well.
If you're the third string quarterback and Tyrod's number 2, you're like, all right, I need that first guy to go down.
All right.
So
all right.
Both 1 seats got upset.
Nice. Love it. Love that.
I'm here for it.
Yep.
And our toilet bowl.
Did I progress? Am I still in it?
I did not make it.
You haven't been in it since the first week.
I lost the van, bro. What the
Who are you? Are you the
Jaguars?
You're not even the Colts.
You're the Jags?
I'm the Jags.
Oh, there was a play.
I was in it a week ago, or out of it a week ago. Fuck.
There are 3 playing games for the 12-team leagues.
I have the 101 in this league.
I have the 102 and the 103.
I didn't even know.
And the 107. Let's go, baby.
You want to trade? You want to trade picks? You want the 101?
They can have that 107 back.
No. Well,
Kyle,
I
you
would
want the
consider.
101? You want the
We're on
101?
opposite sides.
So that's a no.
Pickle.
And then, how did you lose to Van?
Is that a
I
no
don't
then,
know.
Kyle?
Adrian, you gonna take down the toilet bowl?
I don't know. I
Let's
didn't
see.
even know I was in the toilet bowl.
Seriously?
Yeah. I don't even think I set my lineup. Maybe I did.
Well, you should set it because you might win $50.
All right, let's see.
Yeah.
I got a
Right now.
whole 1.3 points from my running back group.
I agonized over
I
my lineup.
started Christian Watson. And yeah, I guess I just had a shit week. Oh, he had David Njoku against
Oh, wait, we
me
already did this league.
in week 14. I was never going to win. He started.
Right.
Yeah.
I think we had some trades. Yeah, we definitely had some trades because Brandon was
Braxton went
trying
a
to
little nutty.
Braxton. Yeah, that's how I meant Braxton.
Did he go full send? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he did. So that was Renee gave up Baker Mayfield and DJ Moore, right?
Yep.
To James
Playoff team.
for Hooker, Hendon, Keenan Allen,
What?
and
Did we talk about this one last week?
I think we did.
I'm confused. Why did this trade happen?
James is in the playoffs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think he needed a quarterback, right?
but what I'm saying is DJ Moore is worth more than all of that.
I am obviously not.
Well, Evan Ingram is there too.
So
He's pretty decent. But yeah, I
DJ
agree.
Moore is like a stud.
Yeah, it's cheap.
Good for James.
Hendon Hooker all in,
We got
baby. 2028.
We got Elliott for a third, 24
Nice.
Another
Addition by
playoff
subtraction.
team, right?
What's that?
Packers were another playoff team.
Looks that way.
Yes, Bill was. Yep,
That's pretty cheap, anyways, though.
that was Bill.
I mean, it's Elliott. Like,
Zeke, he's
I mean,
fun.
giving up a third almost feels like too much.
Look at his scores since Ramondre's been out.
yeah, he's been scoring.
That's
for last week.
that's a running back one right there.
Really? 9 points is
9
running
points.
back one?
Yeah.
He had one blow up week. He had a slightly better than.
That
Hey,
that
it's
must
no
be one of
surprise.
those.
He
That's
had
one of those
almost
running backs.
Okay,
gets
we have
for
to
cheap.
we have to say
he's
that the
talking about.
Chiefs has one of the best defenses in the league. So
Adrian-
9.6 points.
Adrian's right, Kyle. This is stereotypical. You love these guys. The third
Love,
round version.
You can
love
get him
the
for
shit bags.
Third round,
Man,
and they go off for 1 week, and you're like, sweet.
the closer they get to 40 years old, the more I like them.
This next trade blows my mind.
Yeah.
I hate having Gabe Davis on any lineup. I hate it. Absolutely hate it.
Davis
I hate
for a
Gabe Davis
second
now
and a
so
third.
much.
And
Everyone's
what did he-
finally on my side.
What did he do this week? Did he put up another 0?
Did
he
he put
didn't do it. He didn't
We'll,
do anything.
we'll see because we have a playoff team here.
I mean, that's too much. Braxton said he asked if I would give up a second for Davis. I said no. I'd give up a third. And he says, "Well, are you sure?" I said, "Yes, I'm sure." He says, "I'm getting a second and a third for him." I was like, "Sell him."
Yeah,
I think I told him I would give him a second, but that's it.
I remember when
But
people were talking about
I'm
Gabe
glad.
Davis being worth a first.
I gave up
He
2
was at
seconds
one
for Gabe
point.
Davis.
He was
He
at
was.
He
one
had
point.
to though. That was salary cap.
He
he
was
was at one point. Yeah.
at one point. He was definitely worth a first.
What do
Yes.
you mean I had to for? Because no,
Oh no, did you buy him?
I bought Gabe
No, you
Davis
gave Jerry
I-
Judy for a cap.
No,
2
no,
seconds, right?
differently. I gave 2 and 32
Oh,
to
and
Jason. I gave 2 seconds to Jason for Gabe
Yeah.
Davis.
Ugh.
Rip.
And then Braxton went on again, gave up Marquise Brown and a second that he got for giving up Gabriel Davis, and he got Sam Howell.
I feel
Okay.
nothing.
So
So he turned Gabe Davis into
Trash.
Marquise Brown and
No. He turned Gabe Davis and Marquise Brown into Sam Howell.
in the third, yeah.
what a weird trade. It's always weird when you do like
And then he wasn't finished. He gave up that third that he got, and
2 other
25
thirds.
two other thirds.
And
Hey,
he got
OBJ.
Antonio Gibson and Odell Beckham.
Okay, the Saints there mopped up 4 third-round picks. I think they were
Yeah.
listening to Kyle last week.
That was Roy.
What's up, Roy?
No
Roy.
doubt about it. Dude just acquired 4 third-rounders. He's
I
not gonna
have
have.
so much power.
Hey,
But with Kyle,
I've got like 5 of them in
Pretty
32
much.
and like 6/4. So I'm gonna be like,
Oh my god! Are
I'm
you
gonna have
collecting the
so
fourth?
many studs on really low salary contracts.
Are
hey,
you
but
like,
you know what?
you're like the are you the U.S. Mint where you just like collect pennies so that no one can have them anymore? Like we're getting rid of 4, so I might as well take them all.
No.
Keep it and sell it next year
But
for a
you know,
first. It'll be a
Puka was gotten
novelty.
in the 3rd round. So you never know.
Who?
Puka,
Yeah,
he was
that
in the
was
3rd round. So.
Terry McLaurin. Actually, Terry McLaurin was a free agent.
Elijah Mitchell was a 4th rounder a couple years ago,
Yeah.
and he was really good for
Yeah.
one season.
Yeah, until he blew his knees out.
All right, let's go
still
to the
remember,
playoffs. Let's see what.
Victor Cruz.
Yes.
Watching that preseason game that he was just going nuts in, and he was still. We're in the late 3rd round. I was trying so much to trade up like 3 picks to the guy that was on the clock. He's like, "No, I'm going to go take Victor Cruz." I'm like, "Son of a bitch, you were watching the damn game." It's like the 312 or something like that.
I don't know who Victor Cruz is, so I'm assuming this guy totally busted later.
He
yeah.
shot himself in the leg, but he was actually pretty good.
That's
Wow.
not. That wasn't Cruz.
That
You're
was-
thinking of
Is that
Plaxico Burris.
Oh yeah, I don't care. They're all the same. Giants wide receivers are all the same except for OBJ.
Just
Kenny
depends what
Galladay?
week you watch football.
Kenny Galladay.
Kenny Galladay, Giants legend?
All right, so my team absolutely shit the bed.
Oh no.
Okay. Did it crap the bed, or did you just get blown out?
Ryan.
That's
Shit,
why-
Dalton Kincaid 0 points. Saquon Barkley 5
Okay, what
points.
the fuck
Drake
is the
London
Dalton
4
Kincaid
points.
bullshit about? What happened?
You got
I know.
smoked. You
Oh,
were
I
never
got,
in this-
but yes, no matter what, I got smoked. But my team absolutely the worst week of the year.
Yeah, brutal. You lost
Anyway.
Chris Olave.
Yeah, I did not. Yeah, so
Yeah,
he
that
was
sucks.
out. It didn't matter. Like Ryan was going to destroy me no matter what. Freaking David Njoku,
He strikes again.
dude.
No.
I get to play him again next week.
Yo, this is like some Star Wars shit. Like
Oh.
David Njoku busts out the red lightsaber in the darkness. He's really dead.
So I already congrats to Ryan for kicking my ass. Huge
Whoa.
upset.
Did he win in the other league too, or no?
What league?
Wasn't he in? What team? What league is he in? Washington? Is that 32?
Washington.
Or was he in?
playoffs in 32?
I wasn't. Okay.
Um,
For some reason, I thought he was in the playoff in 2 leagues, but I think he got knocked out.
he's Denver in 32.
Is he?
But he was probably
Maybe NFL. NFL.
yeah. I think he lost wild card weekend in the NFL league.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that's where he's Washington.
Yeah,
and then I don't remember.
169 points in GA is very good. Then
Uh,
we had
so
Bill and Nick, right?
Yeah. Sorry, this is your league. I'll let you.
Yeah. So Nick won. He beat out Bill. So Bill was crushed, I'm sure. He should have started Derek Carr over Lamar Jackson. Duh.
That still doesn't win him the game.
What an
No, it
idiot.
No, it's to win the game. It's Noah Brown or Josh Palmer over Dobbs.
Right.
That wins him the game.
So yeah, he was crushed. He beat Roy. He was excited, and he's like, "I'm going on." And then he ran into Nick, and Nick said, "Nope,
Buzzsaw.
hold my beer. You're done."
Buzzsaw.
Yeah.
You know, we've been kind of saying that it's hard to start people over the studs, but I actually kind of think Noah Brown's a start over Dobbs, especially when Nico Collins is out.
And Tank Dell.
Yeah.
He was out last week and didn't
But
do.
so was Stroud.
That's
Stroud
true.
was out too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good point too. Who was
So-
it? David Davis
Njoku?
Mills.
No, Keenum.
Oh, it's Case Keenum.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
Jones
like
is
you don't start Noah Brown with Case Keenum. Like
Yeah, I
if
guess not.
Stroud was starting and healthy,
No,
okay, I could see
start,
that.
You start
Yeah,
receivers with Keenum over Mills.
and
Mills-
even
Yes,
Herbert
but
was
what I'm
out.
saying is you don't start Dobbs
No.
or you don't start Brown over Dobbs when Case
Yeah.
Keenum's throwing the ball.
Yeah. And who's the Easton Stick? Is that who it was? Yeah, you don't start Palmer either. Yeah, that's rough.
I almost started Palmer in one league.
Palmer's a low-key good wide receiver. It's just Easton Stick's not a good quarterback at all.
No, he's
He scored 30 points this week, but he sucks.
not. Because there's a lot of garbage touchdowns in that game.
Yeah.
All the moves that Braxton made did not help him win.
Oh,
Jason.
That's
Jason
too bad.
won at 88 points too.
Okay, to me, this Eagles team is like top 3 in all the leagues in terms of like how strong it is. This team's crazy.
Top 3 in all the leagues.
Hey,
Yeah,
don't
this
give a big
In
team's
hit.
all
crazy
the
to me.
leagues.
Relative
Don't give a big
to the other teams in the league,
Well,
I think
In
it's
this
crazy.
league.
Okay, so like the Giants in whatever fucking 32 or
West.
whatever that was,
NFL.
relative to the other teams, is probably the strongest team in all the leagues.
There's no way.
I think this team is very strong relative to the other GA teams.
No,
Because Ryan just won 160 points.
Okay, you said GA and you talk about the other leagues.
Yeah.
he's saying like if you look at all the teams across all the NDL leagues, he likes the Eagles here.
Yeah, and I'm disagreeing with that.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah. So you guys are agreeing.
What do
with
I know? I'm bad at football.
Anyway,
It's not a bad team. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad team at all.
I'm not.
I don't
I'm
think
not
it's the best team.
sure. I don't think that if this didn't matter, but I'm not sure I'm starting Howell over Tua. I don't know, but that one's kind of
Fucking idiot.
Yeah, I don't know what.
it wouldn't have mattered.
I guess
but-
a matchup maybe because
Well,
Tua was going against the Jets.
you know, if he started a
Only thing I
perfect
can
lineup, he would have won.
That's. I mean, I could see that because of the matchup.
Jets have a tough defense.
The Jets have made
And no Tyreek Hill.
so many good quarterbacks look really bad this year.
Especially in conference too. They watch film for that game.
Well, it's a divisional game, you mean? In division.
Yeah, I meant division.
Those
They always
games
mix
are
those-
always tough, no
Yeah, I
matter.
mix conference and division up all the time.
You know.
Yeah.
So
And it sucks because he traded for Keenan, couldn't use him because he was hurt. Yeah, but I mean, I give props to Braxton for making moves.
yeah, I mean,
Do
you're not always gonna, win out on the moves you make, but
Yeah.
if you're not trying,
Got AJ Brown, CD Lamb. He'll be fine. ETN.
It's not like when you make a trade, you're giving away everything and getting nothing in return.
Right.
Like
yeah. Sometimes you like
sometimes you overpay a little bit.
you
but it's
over
like,
but it also comes to the playoffs. Sometimes you're gonna buy guys you don't necessarily want because of their schedules and they're popping off right now.
yeah.
You're paying to win while sacrificing a little bit of your future.
Yeah, and a lot
Especially
of
if you
times.
have players that are hurt and you're trying to sell them for somebody that's not hurt, you're gonna end up losing out.
Yeah, a lot of times those players end up being older too.
But I give props to everyone that does it, even if it doesn't work out for you, because
You still have assets.
it's so hard to win these leagues. You have to try everything you can to try to win.
And please, Nick, please win next week.
Yes,
Please. Rooting for you.
we are all rooting for you.
God, I just
All right,
hate
that's
Jason
GA.
Gay.
So now
we got the last AFC game.
did I miss it?
Because it's under me, my gets put up top
It was Mike.
So we have James.
versus Mike. Yep.
Mike.
Oh man, Mike just
And
curbs
James
them.
lost. So James is out. James was making a lot of moves too. That Ezekiel Elliott trade didn't really help him out too much.
Yeah, I
Yep.
mean, he just wasn't going to win against Mike this week.
No, there's nothing he could have done.
Who is Alex Erickson?
What?
I've never heard of that player.
Wide
Alex
receiver
Erickson.
wide receiver for the Chargers, like
Yeah,
the
I can
fifth wide
see
receiver
that.
or sixth wide receiver on the team.
Was he undrafted?
Where are you seeing this?
Bench for Bengals. What
Yeah, he
the
was
he's-
undrafted.
fuck?
Yeah.
He went to Wisconsin, and I don't know who this is.
Shame on you.
Who is this? He's been in the league for 8 years. What?
He's 31 years old. Crazy.
Fuck. Yo, this is 100% a practice squad player, and they're like, "Fuck, we can't use QJ. We gotta get someone else in here."
He caught a touchdown
What the fuck?
on one catch. He had one
One
catch.
target, 2 targets. Wow, stud.
Yeah, they were using him over fucking Eckler.
Yes.
And QJ.
And
Brandon Staley should have gotten fired.
dude,
He did get fired.
he
I
did.
know he should have gotten fired.
He
at
should have gotten fired before the game was over. The owner should have gone down there and said, "You're gone. Someone else call plays."
I don't
What
know.
about
fucking
Kellen Moore? You
Justin
think
Herbert call plays.
Kellen Moore, isn't that a?
The OC. He came from Dallas.
He should have gotten a head coaching job.
They just need to clean
What?
house entirely.
He
Get rid
can
of
even do-
everybody.
He's the one running the offense.
Like I don't get why they weren't using Eckler at all.
Go get Bill Belichick, whatever it
Like
takes.
there were literally
And win a
Tyquan
Super
Thornton,
Bowl.
come on
almost
up, baby.
full series where 6-7 plays where Eckler was on the field for 2 plays, and it was
And how is that not Kellen Moore's fault and not Staley?
Didn't
Because
they
he's
fire
a
Kellen Moore
defensive
too,
guy.
or no?
Staley's a defensive head coach, though.
Staley's an idiot.
Gave up
Remember when he-
61.
Call plays.
Give up
Remember when he
61
coached
How do you-
points to
how
the
do you not-
Raiders.
how do you not have Eckler on the field like every play?
Aiden
Right.
O'Connell's amazing. I wonder if Eckler's done 100%.
That wouldn't surprise me. But still, I don't know. I'm so
Yeah.
glad they got rid of Staley. And I hope they get anybody else. I
Yeah,
think this
well,
box of
yeah.
Cheez-Its could do a better job.
All right, one more league.
So congratulations.
Hey, congratulations.
Mitch.
Brutal. Brutal.
It's okay. We'll talk about it in a second.
Yeah. I made moves, man.
Dude, what's just crazy
He made
is
move.
I've been making moves all
out of the
year.
3 games that I had this week, I thought I was going to lose this league, and I thought I was going to lose an NFL,
And then you got CD Lamb.
and I thought I was going to just destroy it in GA, and the exact opposite happened.
Well,
Got slaughtered in GA.
Your
I
team
slaughtered the GA, and my team,
Yeah.
got by.
Kamara and Jonu for Kittle and a second. I actually love that for you.
Yeah.
That's a great trade.
As long as Arthur Smith is in Atlanta, Jonas Smith is
Yeah.
tight end 5.
Stud.
I had to start. I couldn't start Jacobs or Tyreek Hill. Both of them were out.
Yeah, that
And
sucks.
So
I hated
I
this trade when I saw it. I absolutely hated it
needed to go get something.
because
And
I was playing against you.
I can't remember whose Seahawks is, but I was in his DMs.
Rizzo.
I was in Rizzo's DMs last week before his matchup was over. I thought he lost already, and then he made it really close. Ended up losing by 3 points. But I was like, "Hey, would you trade me Kamara?" And it was Sunday afternoon, and he hadn't actually lost yet. And I was like, "That was maybe it." I was like, "Yeah, I think you're gonna lose. Trade me Kamara." But then I sent a trade. He rejected it, and then sent this. So I was like, "All right, sure,
Yeah.
sure."
Yeah, I tried to trade for Dak. I lose our game if he trades me Dak.
I wish you would have got Dak.
Damn.
Well, no, because you would have started Dak and Hurts. It wouldn't have mattered.
No, but Dak only put up 11 points.
Yeah, but you would-
Because Hal got pulled, so 12. You're right, it wouldn't have mattered.
yeah, it wouldn't have mattered.
Howell's so shit. Anyways,
Freaking DeAndre Swift went down at the 1 yard line twice last night. I was like,
Yes.
I was like, yes, Hurts.
I was like,
Hurts
this
for
Okay.
the 1 yard rush.
the best part about
Blows
not being
so
in playoffs
hard.
is that I don't complain about anything. I'm like, I did great.
Well, I was like, when Laporta had 34 points, I was like, yeah, it's over. I was like, it's so screwed up.
Who traded you, Laporta? Oh yeah, it's me. It was me.
No, traded me Laporta.
Yeah,
me.
I traded you, Laporta.
Yeah.
Okay, next trade.
Next trade: Matthew Stafford and Njoku for Bryce Young, and a second.
Give me Stafford and Njoku.
Yeah. If you're a playoff team, this is a no-brainer. I like.
Even if you're not.
Sure how to feel about it if you're not a playoff team.
I get to play Njoku next week.
Yeah. I think we're jumping ship a little bit early on Bryce Young. I mean, he has not had a support system at all.
He's on the
And
Sam
he's a
Darnold,
rookie.
Zach Wilson fast track to success.
Yeah, well, I don't know. He's a better quarterback than any of those guys, but
How many rookie quarterbacks have actually really done good?
Stroud,
I would say
Herbert.
well, yeah, but there's
Purdy.
not as many as
Ben Roethlisberger,
Burrow, Roethlisberger.
Trevor Lawrence did okay.
Jordan Love is basically
No,
a
he didn't.
rookie.
Yeah, pretty
You
much.
can't count. So
I know it's a joke.
Purdy. Did we say Purdy already?
Yeah.
Allen.
Purdy.
Allen didn't do good his rookie year.
Yeah. Baker
Lamar,
Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield was a
Mayfield.
stud.
Andrew Luck.
Yeah, he's a fucking
Peyton
stud his
Manning.
rookie year. Yeah. There you
Peyton
go.
Manning did terrible his rookie year.
Yeah,
Yeah, but he still started.
yeah. So just saying.
No.
He has the record for most interceptions for a rookie quarterback.
Yeah, but
We are probably
Yeah.
jumping ship a little too early on Bryce, but
a little.
but like
I
in the NFL,
agree. This is
Here's,
pretty
like-
expensive for Bryce Young at the moment.
This is
I've been burned by Mac Jones.
He'll be fine. He'll come back next year.
So like this is for
Kenny
me
Pickett.
anyway. It's like I'm really skeptical on
Yeah, but
Bryce Young because of how burnt I was on Mac
We
Jones.
all kind of knew Kenny Pickett was shit. You know,
Kenny.
Who are you-
That
Who are you
that
playing?
offensive line is absolute
it's
garbage.
terrible. But Kenny Pickett's not great either.
Who are you playing, Zach, this week?
I'm playing Arizona.
Cardinals.
Yeah, that's so
Yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna
but-
play
the reason for
Njoku
the trade.
again.
Yeah, and they're probably playing Matthew
And
too.
Rashad White and
Yep.
Metcalf.
Next trade again. It is Cardinals. Cardinals are Dave Reed, by the way. Congrats, Dave. We're
Yeah.
gonna beat. We're gonna make it to the Super Bowl.
Super Dave.
Addison Jordan for a 20 and a 24 first, 24 second for Rashad White and DK Metcalf. Like this
I'm
trade too.
pretty sure you read his name as Addison Jordan.
Addison Jordan
I think you did that on accident.
did it on purpose.
I don't know.
Who is Jordan Addison, anyways? I like this. I like this for both sides. I think it makes sense for both sides. Rashad White's a bum, but he's scoring points right now. So
He's obviously not a bum.
He's not.
He's your third round get cheap running back, hyper efficient.
he was a second round running back.
Okay.
Don't
he was dirt cheap in the offseason.
He was dirt cheap in the offseason. I didn't think he was going to be anything. Last trade is B-Rax, and was that
Made
right?
out like a bandit in this trade.
Wow. Give me
Kyler Murray, Garrett Wilson, Kyle Pitts for Justin. What the fuck? Justin Herbert, Tank Dell, and Mark Andrews.
okay. To be fair,
This
think
only
all of us
happens
would-
because of the playoffs.
Yeah,
we would
maybe
all
I should have sent her
everybody would-
something.
Everybody would take the bottom, right?
Yeah, everyone's
taking.
taking Herbert, Dell, and Andrews.
Okay, but to
I
be
call it-
fair, there are probably fantasy analysts out there that have each of the corresponding QB, wide receiver, and tight end all in the same tier.
Yeah. Well,
I think all of us would no doubt take the bottom, but all of
I
those
don't
guys
think
are.
Kyle Pitts is in the same tier as Andrews.
this isn't really about tiering
And neither
or
is
ranking.
Dell
This is
with
about
Wilson.
Renee needs points, and
Yeah,
none of those
yeah,
players make points.
I'm just saying, like it's not as bad of a trade, maybe, like because a lot of people like Pitts and Andrews like are probably back to back in most dynasty tight end rankings. I was just looking at something today.
No, they're not bad. They're not.
They're-
no,
They're
they're
pretty
not
close. I was
No,
looking-
they're not.
I looked up some tight end dynasty rankings today, and like it's like Laporta and what's the other one this year? That's
Kincaid.
been really good. Kincaid, and then like Kelsey, Kittle, Andrews, Pitts.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Okay,
I,
whatever.
I would
Like-
not. I would
Like
not
I'm
look at that
not
site
I'm not looking
anymore.
at that and making decisions, but like
Yeah.
there's not.
Do not look at that site anymore.
Fantasy Pros,
Never.
stop it.
I just,
No,
I just,
Trey
pulled, I just
McBride.
pulled
Trey-
one up.
Trey McBride was the one I was thinking.
Kyle Pitts is
At
8 in
and
this list.
Andrews is 3. Like you're not.
That's 2 tiers
It's
different.
not
the same tier.
that bad. It's
And
not
then you
that
go to
bad.
Wilson and Dell. That's even worse.
Yeah. Whatever. It's not
You
super
think-
important to look at rankings.
Well, I just kind of curious. What
this
I'm saying,
this
like,
is a Renee trade to the core.
people like Dell's not even on here because his site never updated.
I don't.
No, because the
These
site's
are
so
awful
irrelevant.
rankings, by the way. This is a terrible.
It says December 19th. That's crazy.
This
Where's
is so
Tank
bad.
Dell?
Maybe because 26.
See, right
That was
there,
26.
26 next
Yeah.
to Nico.
Yeah, you guys should start using Fantasy Pros if you're in these leagues, and Tank Dell is
I
buns.
just went to the first one that had rankings. So.
No, I think everybody remember Tank Dell is absolute buns. You should trade him away for like a third to me.
Absolute buns.
Dude's terrible. Puka
He's
Nakua
just
also
straight
trash.
cheeks.
How can you put Drake London above
Anyways,
Puka Nakua
moving
right
on.
now? And Debo and Jordan Addison and Cooper.
You just got to figure this. It's dynasty rankings. It's not,
It's just
redraft.
weird. It's still weird to me.
or it's not what they did this year ranking.
All right, we had Luke playing
Cumulative.
Jake, and oh my God, Jake is the worst owner ever.
Jake
because-
who?
Jake
Where you at?
Fossen.
Where are we going?
It's not a playoff team.
He's not.
No.
Well, how do I find playoff teams?
You just gotta look at you just gotta know the league.
It's different ordering for me.
And NFC too.
Because
Aren't you in the
your
NFC?
game's always going to be on the top of this.
Oh, wait, what? No, it's not.
Yes, it will. When you go to weekly results, your game, if you have a game, will always be on the top.
Am I logged out?
Did you play a game this week?
No, he didn't.
Okay, so if you had a bye because you got eliminated from the toilet bowl, you won't be on top. That's what I
But
said.
it's still not playoffs on top.
This is me.
No,
I
it
know
is playoffs.
For some reason, okay. For
No,
some
no, it
reason,
is playoffs. Shut the fuck up, Mitch.
The toilet bowl.
No, Jake's not in the playoffs.
No, it's a toilet bowl game. So for some reason, toilet bowl games are above the playoff teams.
I'm
No,
confused.
you're as bad as Jason right now and not knowing your leagues.
Yeah.
You think I look at weekly results? I look at live scoring, and then if I go, oh, I need to look at last week, I'll just ask someone else.
No.
I
Right,
found out
so-
the power rank page a couple weeks ago, and it is amazing.
That was Jason. That was Jason like week 4. He's been in these leagues for I don't know how long and just found out about power ranking. I'm like,
See, doesn't,
that's how I'm
What
doing.
a
That's how I'm.
froob.
That's how I'm like trading for picks. I'm like, okay, this person's in line for like the 4th pick right now. Like I maybe go try something. Or like I'm using that page 3, 4, 5 times a week.
Yeah, all the time. Anyways, now that I'm on the right team, Jake V sucks at football.
He's
Uh,
still not in the playoffs.
Still not on a playoff team. That's not a game anyone cares about.
Zach is kicking ass and taking names
He is.
in no particular order.
Here's the thing about this. It sucks to lose, but I beat my weekly average without Tyreek and Josh Jacobs. It's like I played my guys did
97%.
as best
Those
as they could. So,
quarterbacks are looking pretty nice for you next year.
they're both going to be so expensive. Purdy's QB4
Oh, they're
right
both
now.
holdouts, huh?
Yeah,
Hey,
well,
I'll
Purdy's
hit you up
30
and I'll try and trade rape you. How about that?
Purdy's $32 and he's at QB4, so that's going to be like a $60+ contract
Oh my god.
next year, 65.
Oh, I forgot this league is.
And then
quarterback.
Jordan Love's going to be closer to like he might even be sub 50.
Is
if
he
I'm
still
lucky.
a holdout?
Yeah, 'cause he's QB8 right now.
Yeah,
Oh
let's
my-
talk
On this-
after the
Holy.
pod here, Mitch.
Next trade. Browns and Steelers. Brian and Adrian. Round of applause for Adrian. Brian,
This
love
sucks
you like a son.
because you were both the
See
best
you next
teams.
Yeah,
in
we were.
the-
He actually was number 1 in points, and I was second.
Yeah,
But we
Yeah.
knew your team was,
It was
strong
scary.
for where you were at too.
Yeah, I was definitely scared because he's
You're
got a good
scared.
team.
You won by 30 points.
You got away with
I
Romeo
know.
Dubs putting up 6 points too.
It's because he didn't take out Tyreek Hill.
Oh,
But I mean,
It
that,
it wouldn't have mattered.
no.
wouldn't have mattered.
he's going to start Elijah Moore over
Yes.
Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we know Tyreek Hill's scoring 0.
Yeah,
No,
Yeah, but he's going to put in Elijah Moore and he's going to get 4 more points.
Well,
It
you
didn't
have a
matter.
little bit more hope.
It actually didn't matter.
Also, is there a world where we start Trey McBride over Cortland Sutton or Romeo Dobbs?
I would have started Trey McBride over Romeo Dobbs this week.
Adrian, what do you have to say about that?
It's easy to say after the fact.
Yeah, of course it is. Moving on. Who is that? Ash and Earl. Looks like Earl defeated Ash because Ash, they both had sub 70% efficiency. What are you doing, guys?
He started Dobbs. Earl started
Josh.
Dobbs and won.
Still won. I know.
What is
That's-
how are you in the
the
playoffs
ultimate
and you're
flex.
not checking your lineup?
That's
Don't
the
get that.
ultimate flex.
He
My goodness, there's like $1,000 in this pot,
thought
right?
he thought he took him out, but he didn't.
So
So
this
He-
is again.
must
I
be
don't know
using
how
the
many
app.
times I've
He's
said
using
this
the app.
year. You set your lineup on Monday. You check it on Tuesday. You check it on Wednesday. You check it on Thursday. You check it every fucking day. Like,
Yeah.
and not on the app either, right?
no.
I hear all these people have problems with that. I've never ever had a problem with the app.
You'll never
I've,
have a
like-
problem with the app until you do, and then you'll never use it again.
I've set lineups. I've like
I use the
managed
app
my
too.
team.
I
I've
use the
done
app.
ad drops. I've done drafts. Like I've done everything on the app. I've never had a problem. I don't think people are using it correctly. Somehow.
I won't use the app. I'll use a browser on my phone.
I do that too.
Regardless, Josh Dobbs just won a playoff game against one of the best teams in the league. So that's where we're at.
And I'm scared. Yeah, it's not. Earl's got a good team.
Are we missing
Yeah.
is it the it's the Rams and Cardinals. We have to go back up.
Boy, and he had Jonathan Taylor and Brian Robinson on the bench as well.
Sorry, I'm all out of order. I don't know what I'm doing.
Dude, both the NFC juggernauts go down in the same week. That is like such BS.
What are you talking about? I won.
Yeah, you're not a juggernaut.
You're the team that's been thinking about
Freaking
calling
clown.
it a year.
I barely
Week two.
made the playoffs.
Me and
Boy, look at
Renee
those-
1 and
Look at those
2.4.
efficiencies. 78 and 68.
Okay, maybe we just go a full year without first round picks. Like, what are you guys doing?
She doesn't have any picks. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't have any picks for like 3 years.
I don't have any picks either.
I sold so hard on the year and nothing.
Nothing. Gee, dang it.
This is a good team. Renee has a really good team. My
Yeah,
goodness.
Renee. I think
she
we.
just had shit luck at the end of the year with some injuries.
She
I
did.
had Renee and your teams as the best teams in the league, much
Yeah.
less the conference. So that's a shame.
Look at who's starting running back for Renee. Devon Achan. Told you guys, this dude is terrible. Don't hitch your horse to his wagon. Anyway,
He scored just as many points
What?
as
When did
Etienne.
you say that?
Dude,
I've been out on Achan the entire year.
Interesting. Okay.
I do not think he's not a good dynasty.
I think he's good. He's just I don't think
he's a great dynasty asset.
I wouldn't touch him.
Maybe not a redraft for this year.
God, he's
Okay.
gonna go way too high in redraft leagues.
Oh,
Oh
yeah,
my
he's
God,
gonna go. He's gonna go like that. Start in the
first round
second
pick
round.
next year. Holy shit.
In a 12-team redraft, he's gonna be going.
And then Raheem Mostert is going to outscore him 20-0. All right. Congratulations to Dave. Wait, we talked about this. Did we talk about this game already?
Yeah, we did
So Dave's going up against
Zach for the championship of the conference.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Both of them.
Good luck,
Whoever
Zach.
wins are gonna lose.
Hope I don't have your first.
Earl and Adrian. Adrian, I'm pulling for you.
Yeah. I think this is Adrian's to lose.
I'd love to play you, Adrian.
your team is scary.
I'd love to play you just for the bragging rights.
Zach might have Brock Purdy on his team by the end of the week.
I'm gonna try my best to get Brock Purdy on my team.
Who they play week in 2 weeks?
Commanders.
Oh,
Buns.
Lord have mercy.
Absolute buns. Dude's gonna go 350-4.
The only problem is you got to get through the Ravens first.
Yeah.
Well, he's gonna die next week.
No, he's saying if I trade for Purdy this week,
Oh,
I got to start Purdy versus the Ravens and
Yeah.
hope to still be in it. The following.
Unless for some reason you didn't trade for a quarterback in return.
See, I don't have Stroud this week again. He's going to be out again.
Is he?
Adrian, you
What
could
are
have
your
Purdy.
quarterbacks, Adrian?
I'm not in your conference.
Find whoever has
I'm not-
Purdy. You could
I'm not
get him.
asking
But
to
it's a good
trade
thing I got 5 quarterbacks.
from a playoff standpoint.
Oh, but you could start Russell Wilson and
You
Jalen.
have
Wilson
you have
is there.
3 quarterbacks.
You're fine.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is
You got
where
five.
You
If you
have
got 5
quarterbacks.
quarterbacks,
He has 3.
you have 3.
I have 3 startable ones. Or
Desmond
actually,
Ritter's a
2 startable.
quarterback still.
He's not even a starter.
Oh no, Taylor Heineke. That's right. Yeah.
They
And
benched.
Zach Wilson's probably gonna get benched again too.
No, he tore his ACL. Desmond
this is
Ridder?
where-
No, Desmond
No.
Ridder did not tear his ACL.
And he
I
died.
watch football, guys.
Thank you, Jay.
I wasn't doing that on purpose. I watch more football than all of you.
He doesn't even have a questionable tag. Damn, that's awful good for tearing your ACL.
Yeah, he's playing.
Looks like he's gonna start.
Stand still in the pocket. Take roughing the passer every time.
I honestly don't care who I'm playing.
I'm
As long
tired,
as I'm
Grandpa.
playing in the
We'll
game.
throw you across the finish line. It'll be the tush toss.
Tush toss. The brotherly throw.
Hang
All
on
right,
tight.
that's it. See you losers next week.
Wow, we're at 2 hours. That's insane.
God is dead. I didn't make playoffs. Surprise.
I mean,
Anything else?
you didn't hit on any third round picks.
Yeah, I was gonna say none of your third round picks hit.
Let's see. Hold on. I only really care about JV, right? We didn't have picks in SF2.
Let's
GA,
look
I
at
missed
the lineup
on
because
the
why
entire
the hell did you
world.
sell Laporta?
What?
You were so high on Laporta. Why did you sell Laporta?
I'm pretty high on Ayuk, and I have Kincaid. Do you need more explanation than that, or is that good enough?
I guess that's good.
I really want Ayuk back. There's no way I'm getting Ayuk back.
You could offer. I would be taking Laporta back, but
Kyle,
could
you wanna-
offer-
Laporta's going nowhere.
Kyle, you want a Brock Purdy Ayuk stack?
I wouldn't hate it because I think my quarterbacks suck in that league.
Yeah.
I'm
Just
gonna
saying.
need some help.
Let's just pull up your team. What does your team look like?
Yeah,
I
we're
forget.
at
SF2?
1 hour and 50 minutes.
Dog
Let's just go
water.
for 2.
Top. I'm at the top there.
SF.
San Francisco.
Dude, you could have SF's quarterback.
Yeah, it's not looking great.
What are you talking about?
My quarterbacks?
Yeah. Brock
He's
Purdy was
saying
put in
trade.
great. Right
Oh
there.
yeah, if I had Brock Purdy, he'd easily be my quarterback 1.
And then you could
Should've
have
drafted
you
him.
could be SF with Purdy and Ayuk.
Oh my God, give me Christian McCaffrey for cheap. Get me some Kittle action.
Go get Kittle. Debo. You could probably start the entire 49ers. You could start Purdy, McCaffrey,
I mean,
Ayuk.
Kyle
Debo,
Juszczyk
Kittle.
would be an upgrade to my running back
Until
room.
they have a bad game, and then you're just done.
Yeah,
So you lost 3 games on the year.
yeah. Just one of them happened to be in playoffs, but oh well. Let me think. Who are the Cedric Tillman? There you go. That's my 3rd round pick for this year.
Wow, this team is
Zach
terrible. Oh
Evans.
well, at least you got QJ. You got QJ on taxi.
Yeah, I do.
I think that actually makes you worse.
Say what?
I think that makes you worse.
You put 5 years on QJ too.
Actually, I did, and then I traded him to him.
Oh,
I'll be honest with you. I was fine taking JSN because I was like, I'm never competing this year. My team is not built to compete this year. And I figured JSN was going to be like a pretty safe
He is
top
pretty
12
safe.
running back or wide receiver in a couple of years,
I think,
maybe in next year.
I think that's a pretty
with
fair.
Drew Lock throwing to him.
Huh?
With Drew Lock throwing to him.
Yeah. I mean, fuck boys central. Whatever. Like I said, God is dead.
All right, Tajay Spears.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
looking good. Derrick Henry said something about Tajay Spears is going to be leading the backfield next year.
I don't think Derrick Henry's on the Titans next year.
Is he going to take the Ezekiel Elliott path to greatness?
No, I
He's
think
on
he's going to go
Cowboys.
to a playoff team and win a Super Bowl next year.
Oh, because he doesn't have a Super Bowl. He's
No,
not a
just-
ring.
I mean,
How's he
his-
ever had a Super Bowl? What team is he? What Super Bowl team has he been on?
Wasn't
Look,
he
it
on
was
the
a
Patriots a few
rhetorical
years ago?
question. Rhetorical
with
question. Who's he going to
Tom
go
Brady?
to? He's gonna stay in the AFC or is he gonna go NFC?
Is he playing for a league minimum deal?
No, but he's not going to play for a superstar deal either.
Yeah. So what?
Dude,
Where
can
does
you
he
imagine,
go? That's a
Imagine
good
Derrick
question.
Henry and Christian McCaffrey in the same backfield.
Oh my
So
God!
you notice
Thunder
like,
and lightning.
none of the playoff teams signed Cook or Zeke.
Well, the Jets.
I would say
the Jets were
okay.
thinking they were gonna be a playoff team.
Off the top of my head, the best option is the Ravens, and I bet you Derrick Henry would go there for cheaper than another team, and then he tears ACL in week 2. Because that's how Ravens running backs go. It could be the Bengals.
No, it's not gonna be the Bengals.
They still
Could
have
be, it could be the Cowboys. That's a very Jared Jones.
I bet he goes to the
play.
Lions.
Yeah. Yeah.
We run a 3 running back set.
It would work too.
There's so
It
many
would work.
handoffs.
It would work. No, Chiefs have Isaiah Pacheco. Eagles.
What if he goes to the Dolphins?
Houston.
What?
You go to Houston.
It depends on
What if he goes to Miami?
Mostert. Yeah, I think that would be pretty fun.
Yeah,
I
he's
think
fast. I mean,
Those
he
are my
would fit right in.
favorites. I don't think there's a lot of other options out there.
It's gonna be some team like
Cardinals.
Stupid
Yeah.
team. Something that ruins fantasy. He's gonna
Cardinals.
go to the Colts.
No, it won't be the Colts. It's
Thunder
like
and Thunder,
the
baby.
Bears or the Vikings.
He could go to the Packers. They don't really have a running back.
Yeah, but are they a playoff team next year?
I don't know, dude.
I don't think a playoff team's signing him because he's going to want more money than a playoff team's willing to give him.
Man, I don't know. I think
He
the
could go to
Ravens
the-
are a pretty decent shot.
He could go to the Vikings too,
What is the Ravens cap like?
or the Bears.
have
He's
no
going to the
idea.
NFC North. Confirmed.
I want the Vikings to give him a huge deal and then immediately implode because Kirk Cousins sucks.
The Ravens are going to have an estimated $11 million in cap space next year.
That's plenty to get Derrick Henry at 29 years old.
No, it's not. He's
Yeah, it
going to
is.
want more than that.
You're not going to get more than that.
You don't think 11 million a year is enough? If they just
much
like
did,
here's a 10 million.
No, because you got to sign all your rookies still. You have potential free your guys that you have to re-sign to contracts. I don't know who's ending.
cut Dobbins and do something.
How much did Dalvin get? You know,
Dalvin got pretty close to league minimum.
What's the league minimum? Like 950?
pretty close to it. Like
It's
below
not
it.
great.
Let's see. He got
Here-
1 year, $7 million. That is not league minimum.
That's almost league minimum.
No, it's not. Not even
by about
close.
7 million? That's insane.
I don't even play him.
He's trash.
What's your last name?
Wouldn't you like to know? That's personal.
Vandemilk?
No, it's Van Dalwick. How
Vanilla
dare
milk.
you?
Van Dalwick?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We can call him Kyle Vanilla Milk.
Vanilla Milk. I like it. Kyle Vanilla Milk.
Zeke only got $3 million.
I would not be surprised if Derrick Henry goes somewhere for like $3 million.
I think Sanders and Montgomery both got 6.
Or he
Who is-
just stays in Tennessee and is like, yeah,
I don't think
Whatever.
he's staying. That team needs to do something different.
maybe he's good friends with Malik Willis.
Yeah, so they can go play backyard football at the high school.
It's the only place Willis can succeed.
Yeah, could you
Even then,
imagine
I might bet on Derrick.
Derrick Henry in a pickup game during recess? All right, I have not ended the show yet, so that's it for this
We're
week.
gonna try and get to 2 hours, but
We'll
Yeah,
see you
well,
nerds next
Let's
time.
get the trade done.
So close.
Yeah, let's do a trade on stream next week.